Vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Welcome to my kitchen. Today on It's Vegan, I'm making Dr. Oz's detox soup, and I wanted to show you how we make it. We process it a little bit differently, and because it makes such a large quantity, I'm going to can some of that soup, and I'll show you how to do that as well. To get started, I'm going to chop up the asparagus, the mushrooms, and the broccoli, and I will do those in my food processor, and I will do them each individually. I wanted to show you two things as you are prepping your vegetables. For the asparagus, if you're not familiar with it, this bottom part can be very tough. I bend this, and where it cracks, that's the part of the asparagus I use. This you could grind up and make something else with it, but if you put it in the soup, it's pretty woody and it's not tender. Just wanted to show you. And this is traditional for asparagus. You just find where it snaps. Now, for the artichokes, this was what was in one can, and this I actually hand cut. If you find any pieces that are particularly tough, you'll want to take those out as well. So here's the tray of vegetables ready to go in the soup. This is about 2 cups of the asparagus. This is about 3 cups of broccoli, and this was an 8-ounce package of mushrooms. This is such an easy soup. What we're going to do is pour in our tomatoes, 8 cups of purified water, 4 bouillon cubes. This is the brand I use and I like the flavor of it. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil and add my vegetables. You can see it's come to a boil, and I'm going to be adding the vegetables at this time. At this time, bring it back to a boil, and once it comes back to the boil, put the lid on it, reduce the heat, and simmer for 30 minutes. You can even simmer it up to an hour. The soup is finished now. So this is what the finished soup looks like. I'm going to do a quick taste test for you, and I have some drop biscuits with some blackberry jelly on those. It's really hot. Such a delicious soup. I really don't know how to describe it. Now, it makes a lot of soup, so I want to show you a few other things that you could do with it. If you have a baked potato, this tastes really good on a baked potato. Sometimes if you're not using fats and butters and stuff, you're looking for a way to have your baked potato. There's an idea for a baked potato. And I usually have some rice in the freezer, so I had some brown rice with parsley, and this is also a delicious sauce over the rice. It kind of turns it into a soup, but it's still sauce-like. I hope you like the soup. I hope that you will try it, and if you hang around, I will show you how to can this soup, because I'm starting the canning process right now. I am sterilizing my jars. My soup is boiling hot, and I'm going to be leaving about 1 inch headspace. The next step is you run a knife through to make sure there's no air bubbles, and you want to make sure the top of the jar is clean and dry. Next, you put your hot lids on and you seal it with the bands. Not extremely tight, just finger tight. The jars will then go into my electric pressure cooker. At this point, you would want to follow the instructions for your particular pressure canner. If you have just an electric pressure cooker and you want to can in it, make sure it has a canning setting, which mine does. So in my case, I hit canning, and then I'm going to put it up to 70 pounds pressure. I put the lid on, I close it so the steam doesn't escape yet, and I set it for 50 minutes. We'll be back. It's been 50 minutes, the timer went off, and I am now going to let the steam escape from the canner. We do not want this to cool slowly, because part of the process will be that the jars will cool down quickly and they will seal. All of the steam has escaped, and now I'm removing the jars from the canner.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and come back and see us next week.